everyone, it's Middle-Aged Gamer Guy here. Hello, how are you? Welcome to our first ever film show called Zenkai and Magg Go to the Movies. Now, this is just a working title at the moment. So let us know if you think that's a cool name or we need a better name. But we decided we're going to do a first of, fingers crossed, many monthly film review shows where we basically talk about a majority of new releases that have come out in the cinema and on streaming and on demand. Plus, we are going to handpick some films that we have watched either on streaming services or telly, which are some are old, some are new, and just give our opinion. To give you an idea of what we've got coming up in the show, I will drop this in. We are covering tonight Fast 9. We are covering Black Widow, The Forever Purge, The Tomorrow War, Fear Streets Part 1, 2, and 3, Space Jam: A New Legacy, and Old. Plus, I have 4 films that I have selected that I've watched in the last couple of months. And my co-host, who I will introduce in a minute, also has 4 films. Let's see who's in the chat before we officially start the show. Hello, Prince Hazard. How you doing this? When I said I hope, fingers crossed, this works, I didn't mean I'd broken anything. I was just hoping that people will like the show. Fingers crossed. So you've seen 4 of those. You've seen Black Widow, Purge, Space Jam, and Tomorrow War. Okay, so you'll have to see if you agree with our opinions on these. Now, I've not seen all of these. I've seen some. Zenkai has literally seen all of them. But then we've also got choices of other films, which you may or may not have seen, and you might go, oh, I like the sound of that. So I am just filling for a little second because my co-host has had to dash off for a second. Do you know what? Fast 9 was the first film that I saw at the cinema. I actually went back to the cinema to see that. I'm just waiting for the thumbs up from Zenkai, and when he's here, I'm going to bring him up once he's ready. But we'll explain more about how the show's going to work. He's just saying 1 minute. But yeah, my experience, anyone, I would like to know if anyone else has been to the actual cinema and what they've like. Do you know what? I'll give you my opinion of Fast 9 because I knew what I was walking into in that respect. But we'll come to that. But let us know about all of us. Zabs, hello. Great to see you. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you to everyone else who's watching this evening. I also need to put my phone on silent because then it will start going beep at me. Right, here we go, folks. I'm going to introduce you to my co-host. Hopefully not just tonight's show, because if you like it, we'll bring this back. Please welcome my film expert. It is Mr. Zenkai Paul. Hello, sir.
Oh, hi. How you guys doing?
You were wondering if I was talking about you or not. It's like, film expert.
Who's this Zenkai guy? Who's he?
Who is he? Who's this mysterious person? How are you, buddy? You good?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I've had my second COVID jab. I've already told you, but
yeah.
I've had my second COVID jab. So my arm is pretty much pain.
So if you see him moving a lot, give him a bit of sympathy because he's had the jab today. So he'll be shuffling around, but he should be all right. Hello, lactose intolerant. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome to our new show. Oh, yeah. Prince says we could name you Zenkai Pain.
Yes. That's the story of my life.
We'll give it a whirl. So, obviously, I said I've seen some of these films we're going to talk about. You've seen every single one of these films, which is cool. You've even seen more than some of the ones we were going to talk about, haven't you?
Yes, pretty much.
There was some that we had to drop. We actually dropped. Zenkai and me went through a list, and we were like, "Well, should we include that or should we not? Let's move that to next month, and should we talk about that?" So, how often do you? I mean, since the cinemas reopened, which was like May the 17th, how many films are you seeing every week, just on average?
Well, before COVID hit, I used to go to cinema like once a week, probably on a Friday or maybe a Sunday, to watch the new latest films that's come out. But since COVID hit, then there was this little period of cinemas opening again.
Yeah.
In like September to October. But and I used to try to go there as soon as I can, but considering there wasn't a lot of movies, like brand new ones, I had to watch some of the old ones. But now I'm back at cinemas. I'm trying to watch any film that I can when it comes out, just in case another lockdown hits. Just in case.
Because there was that weird thing that when, as you said, when the cinemas first opened in the summer, most of the cinemas were showing like old and classic films because there was only a handful of films. I know there was the X-Men film, obviously Tenet had come out, but not many people were going. Whereas I think the first day back, am I right in saying May the 17th, the first film was Spiral, which is related to the Saw series. That I know you saw that. I really wanted to see that, but I was like, do I really want to go on the first day back? So,
well, I tried to go watch Spiral, but unfortunately, Odeon, my local cinema, decided not to show it, and I was so confused.
Oh, you're joking?
No, they would not release the film on Odeon. I was like, why? Why is this not in cinemas? I was so confused. The nearest one was in Leeds that would show the film.
Yeah.
I was so confused.
So it's supposed to be like, it does sound like it was all out for cinema and stuff, but then you kind of go, oh, but not all the cinemas are showing it. It's a bit bizarre.
Literally every other film except that one. I was really confused.
That's really bizarre. Prince Hazard is saying Saw is my favourite series of films, but Spiral was just a no. I can't comment on that. I do like all the other 8, because there's been 8 Saw films prior to Spiral. I've enjoyed pretty much all of them. Did either of you watch Black Widow? Yes, we're going to be reviewing Black Widow. And the thing is, Zenkai saw it at the cinema. I watched it on Disney Plus. So we're going to talk about our experience. I know, Boo, it was a cop-out. I'll give you my reasons why I did that, but it's interesting to get it from a different point of view. But there you go. Hello, by the way, Genoic. Good to see you. We're all doing good, thank you. A D plus here. Same middle, Disney Plus here. So there we go. Right, well, let's crack on. We're going to talk about our first... What we're going to do is we're going to talk about one of the new films and review it. And then Zenkai is going to pick one of his films that he watched, which is not necessarily a new film. Talk about that. Then we'll do a new film. Then I'll talk about one of mine. And we'll bounce between old and new films. Because the idea is we're not just going to talk about stuff that's out now. We're going to talk about films that we had never watched or might have loved and watched again and think they're worth mentioning. So we're going to start with the first one. This was pretty much one of the first films to come out this month. Obviously, it's the 9th one in the series. You're going to guess what this is going to be. And this was the first film I actually watched in a cinema. So here we go. We're going to play the trailer for F9 or Fast 9 or Fast and Furious 9, whatever you want to call it, because frankly, they keep changing the names on them. And then we'll talk about our experiences of the film and what we thought. And we want you in the chat as well to tell us what you thought. Here goes, folks.
The world has a way of changing. And we change too.
I know some people, they would die for me.
There are moments that separate us.
They're my family.
But we always come back together.
We heard y'all needed a little love out here.
Y'all ever thought about the wild missions we've been on? We've taken out planes, trains, tanks. I'm not going to even think about the submarine. And now we got cars flying in the air? Who is he?
Jacob is Dom's brother.
Been a long time, Dom. Little brother.
You always say never turn your back on family, but you turned your back on me. Now your little family is in my world.
Are you ready?
Whatever's on you,
Is you ready?
it's on us.
Are you ready?
He's got his own private army. We need help.
Bring what you got.
Bring what you got. Bring what you got.
No way.
Is you ready? Whole squad ready.
So how do y'all want to play this?
Fast.
We going on. We going on. Whole squad ready. Ready.
Okay, this is a bad time to mention this, but I don't drive.
Brother against brother. This should be interesting. But could you kill him? Get the e-brake for me, would you, darling?
Crank it all the way up.
Get back! We the soldiers. Get back!
Man, we messing with magnets now?
If you both don't wake up. Whoa. Get back! Can't front. Yeah, every day we gave up. Even when we die, we raise up. Yeah!
It's good to be back.
We got no white flag and no treaty. We got the product. We got the tools.
We supposed to stop that?
Hold on! We going wild. We on the loose. People is blind. We are the truth.
Yes!
I spent my entire life in your shadow. And now, you spend the rest of yours living in mine.
We going wild. We on the loose.
Not today.
We are the
Really? Duct tape? You acting like we on our way to Home Depot.
Hunter! I don't want to die!
Okay, so that was Fast 9, and people have said, "Look at Magg's cheeky holding a smile back." Look, let's get straight to the point. When these films started, it was about people racing cars, right? And then now suddenly they've become secret agents who have now done amazing things, who never seem to get a scratch on them, and are now, and if you haven't seen the film, it's not a spoiler to show you, are now going into space. There's nothing serious about these films. And this is why I have to smile, because I knew exactly what I was going in for when I saw this. And bearing in mind, I haven't been to the cinema for a long time. I've not laughed at a film so much as this. Now, whether you were supposed to laugh or not, I don't know. But I really enjoyed this because it's just really dumb, stupid fun. And it's like, you could have a death count of whatever they would do. You'd go, yeah, they'd be dead from that. They'd be dead from that. They'd be dead from that. But the film even acknowledges the fact that they go, well, hang on, we've done this. We've done this. We've done this. And we've never died. What's going on? So the film's even taking the mick out of itself. I really as much as I wanted to hate this, I really enjoyed this. What did you think about it, Zenkai?
Well, I have no prior history of watching any Fast and Furious films before this, but I did went to go see the spin-off movie Hobbs and Shaw with my dad a few years back. When I went to go see this again with my dad, we just thought, "What the absolute fuck?" I looked at his face next to me, and he was like, "What the fuck is going on?" He was much confused as I was. Like, I thought it was also too good fun, but some parts are just really stupid.
There's a bit, again, I'm not going to give too much away. There's a bit where they're in Scotland. There's a great scene in Scotland where they use a truck and they're using magnets, you see, and they pull a car through some shops in Scotland. Now, there's some people buying some cookers or something. They're like in a hardware store. They would die because everything just goes through this window. Yet they're standing there perfectly fine. No one gets hurt. And you're just like, no, nobody could do this. It makes no sense. But I'm sitting there laughing my ass off about this film.
You know what they should have called these films?
What's that?
Plot armor.
Well, the fact that they keep dragging people in who've died, because as you said, you're not very familiar with the Fast films, but it's weird because Han, as Prince Hazard said, Tokyo Drift was the last proper racing one. That was the third film. And Han was in that and he dies. And then they kind of jump back in time with some films, which are like prequels. So they bring him back. But then it turns out that his death wasn't an accident. He was killed by Jason Statham, which then they then say, oh no, but he wasn't killed because Kurt Russell saved him. And you're like, what? What? It makes no sense. But they bring characters back and it's weird. They even have the guys out of Tokyo Drift in it. who are somehow now not in Tokyo. They're in Berlin, and they're now rocket scientists, which again makes no sense. But they're in it. You know, they bring people back. Listen to Magg because he's family. Yeah, bro family. I saw them at the barbecue. I have to say there is some clever things that they do. How they write his sister back into it. How obviously because Paul Walker obviously passed away, couldn't be in it. How they do that whole thing is very clever without actually physically having him in the film. And I won't spoil this. They even bring back a character that is right at the end, which I won't say who that is, so you can see how that film's going to go whenever they do Fast 10, which will probably, they'll be like start Fast 10 Star Trek, warp engaged or whatever. But, I mean, despite that...
to be fair, there is rumours that they're crossing over with the Jurassic Park. And I'm being serious.
I'd heard this, and Transformers, apparently.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
This is like, I've never seen no Transformers in these before. Vin
You have
Diesel's
now.
car's actually a robot.
Vin Diesel transforms. Family. What was your honest opinion of the film? Because I could probably spend a whole 2-hour show just talking about this, which is insane. But before I do, Little Panda, thank you. I've only just seen, man. Thank you for the resub tier 1 sub. Thank you, dude. Greatly appreciate that. Sorry, I'm not on the ball. I was too busy talking about ludicrous films. Zenkai, what did you think of this?
I think it's a really good. Turn your brain off movie. Sit back and just watch the chaos. And if you can, bring some beer or any alcohol or anything really.
If you can get drinks, get them. It'll make it easier. Now we're going to do a scoring system, just like we do with the game, the computer game show. We're going to score out of 10. Zenkai and me decided what we were going to do. We're going to out of 5. We were going to come up with our own ratings. We thought, no, we'll keep with 10. Prince has already said, I'll give it a 3 out of 10. Let us know. Even my bar doesn't have enough in it to watch this. You know what? 10 as its family. Zenkai, what would you give this?
I would give this film a 7.
A 7 out of 10. Okay. Reasons being that, God, what were your main reasons being?
I'd say the character acting is pretty good. The action's fun, and the rest is just mediocre. It's not worthy of like a 9 or a 10. It's just a decent film to watch with your friends.
Yeah. Okay. I am also going to give this a 7 out of 10. I really enjoyed watching it. It is not a brilliant film by any means or standards, but if you know what you're going in for, I had great fun with it, and I enjoyed it. I do find the fact that they keep dropping in things that you'd think, right, we're in 9 films now. How do we not know he had a brother? How are we only just starting to see the backstory of his dad and his brother? And it's like, yeah, it's kind of where it on film. Diva, this is Fast 9 we're talking about. So it's good fun. It's stupid fun. Do not expect anything clever. But Fast 9, both Zenkai and me are giving it a 7 out of 10. And it's doing very well at cinemas. So even though it came out at the start of the month, you can catch it at cinemas now. So there you go, folks. So if you want to go and see it and you like those films, go for it. I can tell you now, my wife really hates them now. She loved them when they started because she loves fast cars and she's a petrol head. And now she was sitting there with her head in her hands going, no, they're going into space. No, what is this shit? You know, but there you go. Right, before we go on to our next new film, I'm going to get Zenkai to pick one of his 4 films that he watched this month. That would have been quick. I watched 4 films this afternoon. Which one do you want to pick first? And I'll bring this up on the screen. And do you want to talk a little bit about it before I play the trailer?
I am going to choose Diwele.
Okay. All right. Let's get that ready. And do you want to tell us a little bit about this film and what it's about?
This film, it's basically about a dictatorship. It's basically if Nazi Germany could happen like another dictatorship again in modern times, and so a school tries to try and do like dictatorships like Nazism, and what happens is a really good thriller. That's what I'll say.
Okay, well, we'll play the trailer. Trailer. I can't talk tonight. I don't know what's wrong with me. Now, this is, as you said, in German it's called Die Welle, but that actually translates to what is called The Wave. And this came out, was this 2008? This came out. Okay, cool. We'll play the trailer, see what you think in the chat of this film, and then Zenkai will tell us what he thought about this film. Here we go.
Wogegen soll man eigentlich heutzutage rebellieren? Die Leute sehnen sich nach was Großem, nach einer Idee. Und wenn die kommt, machen alle mit.
Ihr seid also der Meinung, dass die Diktatur in Deutschland nicht mehr möglich wäre, ja?
Auf keinen Fall, dazu sind wir viel zu aufgeklärt.
Spürt ihr das? Das ist die Kraft der Gemeinschaft. Was ist denn noch wichtig in einer Diktatur?
Disziplin, Herr Wenger.
Macht durch Disziplin.
Wir feiern heute eine kleine Strandparty. Kommst du mit?
Wir? Du meinst Welle-Mitglieder?
Das ist unser Zeichen. Wie eine Welle werden wir die ganze Stadt überrollen.
Was hast du eigentlich gegen die Welle?
Mensch, Marco, mach doch mal die Augen auf. Die Welle entwickelt sich zu einer echt komischen Sache. Was machen Sie da?
Herr Kohlage, glauben Sie mir. Sie sollten mal sehen, wie die Schüler aus sich rauskommen. Die sind wirklich hochmotiviert.
Wie kommt ihr dazu, unser Zeichen zu versprühen?
Keine Ahnung, wovon du redest, du Stricher. Renn um dein Leben oder ich blas dir dein Hirn weg.
Nimm die Pistole runter.
Tim.
Du hast die ganze Sache nicht unter Kontrolle. Überhaupt nicht mehr.
Frau Wenger, Sie können ja jetzt nicht weinen.
Sag mal, spinnst du?
Frau Wenger, es geht nicht.
Du genießt es, wie sie dich vergöttern, in deinen Unterrichtsströmen, die an den Lippen hängen.
Der will euch alle manipulieren.
Du musst es abbrechen.
Sofort. Sag du mir nicht, was ich machen soll, okay?
So there we go. That is Die Welle, or as we said, The Wave. So, why did you choose this film?
The reason why I chose this film is because back in high school, I did film studies. And in film studies, we had to do like a whole term on foreign films. And our teacher showed us just tons of foreign films, and we played each one of them. And my teacher played The Wave. And I really liked it. And I eventually did it in my exams. Taught about the film in my exams, which I passed, luckily. But yeah, I still have very fond memories of this film being really good. It's just from the beginning how you see these characters and on to the end. It's just wow. It's a film that you need to see for yourself.
Okay. And it says that it's based on a true story, as Prince says. We're going to talk about another film that's based on a true story a bit later on. But I mean, how much of it do you think was based on a true story, or do you think it was just elements of it?
From what I can remember, my reports, that it was that they picked it up from a 1995 film from America that had the same name, and I think that is. Somewhat, and I think they got the film from there, but I'm not sure where that film got it from though.
Okay,
that's where my knowledge ends.
See, that's interesting because then they've basically taken an American film and done a remake, whereas you sometimes get a foreign film and then either the English or Americans remake that. So that's interesting to see what's happening there. Hello, Z Money, how you doing? Great to see you. Yeah, it says I'm surprised that's probably going to be Fast 10. Fast and Furious. True story. That'll be the next one. So then what would you, obviously you told us why you should watch this film. What would you rate this?
If I had to rate this film, I'd give this film a solid 9.
Ooh, solid 9. So you go, folks. That is Die Welle, or known as The Wave, which came out in 2005. Go check it out. Zenkai gives it a 9. We're going to move on to our next new film, which literally came out 2 weeks ago. Now, as stated at the beginning of the show, Zenkai went to see the cinema. I watched it on Disney Plus. Let's have a look at the trailer. I know you're shaking your head, but there you go. Let's have a look at the trailer for Black Widow. Here we go, folks.
You don't know everything about me. I've lived a lot of lives. Before I was an Avenger. Before I got this family. I made mistakes choosing between what the world wants you to be and who you are. We have to go back to where it all started.
Where did you think I was all this time?
We have unfinished business.
My girls are the toughest girls in the world.
I'm sorry. We had our orders and we played our roles.
It wasn't real.
It was real to me. To me, you were everything.
Bring her home.
Put your seatbelt on. She's such a mom.
One thing's for sure. I'm done running from my past.
There you go, folks. So that is Black Widow. Just to give a quick synopsis, if anyone's not familiar with Marvel, in which case, where the hell have you been? This film is actually set between Civil War and the third Avengers film. So when Black Widow is on the run because of helping Captain America, she decides to head back, try and you get to see her, like her old family team, what happened to her, why she was a spy, etc. All this sort of stuff. And it builds from there, and the characters, her sister, her supposed mother, father, and then there's a greater threat that comes to attack her and her family. Again, family, Fast and Furious 10, Black Widow edition. So it carries on the story of her and gives you more in-depth into the insight of the Black Widow character. I was going to go see this at the cinema, decided not to, and I actually paid the 20 quid for it on Disney Plus. Now, anyone who knows, just like Cruella that came out the month before, Cruella, you can either go to cinema like Zenkai did. I know Zenkai saw Cruella, or you could pay 30 quid, or you can wait till the end of August and watch Cruella. Now, with Black Widow, it's 20 quid, so it's actually cheaper. But if you want to watch it on Disney Plus for free, you've got to wait until the end of October. And frankly, I wasn't willing to wait because I won't give any end credit spoilers, don't worry, because we've watched all the new Disney Plus Marvel TV shows. So we don't want to be out of sync with stuff because, again, not giving any spoilers, if you've not seen those shows, you will not understand the end credit scene. Very clearly, you will not understand it. But for 20 quid, would I normally pay 20 quid to watch a film on a streaming service? No. But because it was that, it probably still worked out cheaper for me than going to the cinema. But I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna let Zenkai talk about his experience and what he thought of the film and what he liked and what he didn't like. So I'll hand over to you.
Well, I went to go see the cinema because as I normally go to Odeon every week, I have a card that lets me go see any film I want anytime. So I basically watch it for free. And what I thought the film was, it was pretty decent. It was a decent spy flick, is what I thought I saw. I thought that the characters were pretty funny, especially Red Guardian. He was probably my favorite character in that film. Dasha Romanoff, what's her name again? Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah,
she's pretty good. Yelena, she's played by. She's probably my new favorite celebrity crush.
Florence Welch, is it?
Florence Pugh.
Florence Pugh. Sorry, Florence Pugh.
It's probably my new celebrity crush after this film now. But yeah, actually, the one thing I did not like about this film is the villains in this one, to be honest.
And why was that?
Well, because one is the main bad guy now that's the guy who's pulling on the string, Dreykov.
Yeah.
He's just about the same quality as Sonny Evans from Ant-Man and the Wasp, the gangster guy.
Yeah.
He's just there. He just needs a reason for why they want to kill him, and it's just lame. Just wants power, and that's just boring in the MCU. When we had so many other reasons why other MCU villains wanted to do their things they wanted to. The reason why Dreykov wanted to do it is just because he just wanted to control the government, and that's just a lame thing to do with how far we come in the MCU now. But the Taskmaster, I thought was pretty decent before the twist of who he was. But I liked his costume, but yeah, the shame they couldn't use the skull as his helmet considering China. But yeah, the villains kind of sucked, but everything else was pretty good.
Yeah, I go along the same lines as you. I think it was well acted by the cast. I do agree. Oh God, what's his name? David Harbour, who plays Red Scorpion, was hilarious in it. I loved him to bits. Good comic relief. I thought all the cast were great. All their accents were dodgy as hell. I'm going to say that now. Their accents, even Rachel Weisz, Ray Winston, I swear, he was just being the Cockney bloke. He was trying to be Russian, but he was just that Cockney bloke that you see on the TV adverts or any other film that he's been in. And don't get me wrong, Ray Winston's a good actor, but he was just meh. And I agree, he's just a kind of bad guy that's there and not really has much to do. I know a lot of people did have issues with Taskmaster. I am not really familiar with the comics that Taskmaster has been in, so I didn't have so much of a problem. The twist, kind of saw that coming, but wasn't too bad. I think there was a better twist in the film, which again, I won't spoil, which falls in that same kind of area. What I did like about Taskmaster is the fact that, again, without spoiling anything, Taskmaster was learning all the abilities, all the other things. So you could see elements of Black Widow, Black Panther, Hawkeye, and how Captain America. And you were like, oh, that's clever. I like that. So I did think that was kind of cool. I think my biggest problem with the film is you know what you're getting. It's a good spy film. It's not necessarily a superhero film. It's fair. But at the end of it, still, if you didn't know, and this is going to be a spoiler alert, you're getting a film that should have come out between Civil War and the third Avengers film. And because it's come out now, you're just kind of going, it's okay, I guess.
At least with it, at least you can know that at least this time she didn't go out, without a proper, like fanfare at least.
Yeah. I think it's a difficult one. Loyal Magic Gamer, hello. Ancient Shadow, hello. Dragons Bado, thank you so much for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. If you're still here, hello. Thank you. What would you give this out of 10?
I would give this film, personally, I give this film about 6.5, really.
Okay. I mean, it's 6.5. Ancient, we are talking about Black Widow. I personally, I'm going to be a little bit lower. I enjoyed it. I think it's one of the weaker films. Prince says me a 10, but I think it got an 8, despite its flaws. I mean, I would give this a 6, personally. It's a good film. It's just not a great film. I think it fits in nicely, but I just think they should have done it a little bit earlier. But then I was saying that to myself, and then when you get to the end end credits scene, you kind of go, oh, I get why they didn't do that film when they should have done it in the timeline, because they wouldn't have been able to. So all I would say is, if you haven't watched the Marvel TV series, please do watch that before you go see this film. It was meant to be, though, just COVID delays. Yeah, but even then, the Marvel TV shows would still have come out after. So that wouldn't have made much sense.
Because when the credits play, you wouldn't know what this person is.
Yeah, it would make no sense.
But now that you've seen Falcon Winter Soldier, you kind of know.
Yeah,
like so you just kind of saying that the mystery. If that film came out last year, we've had like a whole year of mystery trying to figure out
who's that character. Yeah,
but now it's just kind of ruined the surprise a little bit. But but it's still kind of cool to see what they're doing now.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. The next big film for Marvel is Shang-Chi and the Legend of is it 7 Rings?
10.
I can't count. So I'm looking forward to that one. I think that might be a bit better, but we'll see. But yeah, Black Widow is what we're talking about. Professor Stork, hello, good to have you back. Great to see you again. 10 Rings, thank you, Ancient. I can't count 7 Rings. Is 7 Rings something? That's something else. That's another film. Who knows? But there you go. So Zenkai gives Black Widow a 6.5, and I give it a 6. I'm going to pick one of my films now. Funnily enough, this wasn't planned, but we talked about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and that film, which also Fast 9 had Kurt Russell in. Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV show had Kurt Russell's son in it. He is also in this film, which came out in 2018, which I watched literally a couple of weeks ago. This starts off like a standard war film. J.J. Abrams bought this over. He funded this because he thought this would be a good film. I'm going to bring up the trailer from the war/horror film Overlord. I absolutely adored this. To give you context of the film before I play a trailer, a load of soldiers are being dropped into Nazi Germany. The mission goes wrong. They're found in a little town occupied by some civilians, but all the civilians are being taken away and don't come back. And it's for them, those soldiers, to go and save that village. So here you go. This is Overlord, ladies and gents. Hope you enjoy this.
Three months ago, I was cutting grass in my front yard. And the mailman shows up with a letter from the army. Now I'm here. No idea where I'm going to end up.
Welcome to France.
What happened here? Some questions don't have good answers.
There's a lot of soldiers out there, and there's only 4 of us.
Find out what's inside that compound. What is this?
A 1,000-year army. These 1,000-year soldiers.
What's behind that wall? What do you do with those people? They have been given a purpose.
There you go. So that is Overlord. It's great. I have to say, I really enjoyed it. I didn't know much about this. I heard it got good reviews when it came out a couple of years ago. It is gory as hell. It's an 18 rated film. Just the war scenes alone, the first half of the film, the planes getting shot up, bodies, limbs going everywhere. It's very Saving Private Ryan. It's very realistic in the first half. To me, it is the war equivalent from Dusk Till Dawn, because from Dusk Till Dawn, for the first half of the film, is this heist movie and hostage situation movie, which then goes batshit crazy. And this is the same. This is a very serious war movie, which then goes not necessarily batshit crazy like Dusk Till Dawn. It still has the same tone, but I just loved it. And again, another Marvel reference. If you very briefly saw him, you would have seen Fitz from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., who also is in that film, who's playing an American soldier, but he's actually a Scottish actor. So there's a whole load of Marvel connection with people in this. Not many well-known people in it, but it's just great. There's a little bit of humor in it, not a lot, but a little bit of it. There's definitely some jump scares and shocks, and not just from some of the horror bits, some of the war bits make you go, "Oh, Jesus Christ!" And I just generally loved it. Has anybody else seen this? Because I've not seen anyone in chat saying they've seen this. Zenkai, have you seen this?
I have never heard of this film before.
Okay.
When you said this film, I was like, what the hell is this? But now I've seen this trailer. It reminded me of another film that came out recently on, you know, that horror movie streaming service?
Yes. Shudder.
It reminded me of that one film where it's set in World War II, but it's got like a Nazi vampires in it.
Oh, I've not seen that.
For some reason, it reminded me of that a little bit.
Okay.
Like the whole gore, it had so much. It looked like it had so much gore in it. It looked like so weird. I haven't seen it, but it looked somewhat similar in that, to be honest.
Yeah, if you like your action films, if you like your war films, and you like your horror films, you will love this. I'd give this an 8 out of 10. I absolutely adored this film. I went into it thinking it won't be much. It's a low budget thing that then's been given a bit of a budget release because J.J. Abrams put his name behind it. He didn't do the film. He just got his studio behind it to help get it off the ground. But definitely go see it. Go see it. It's worth seeing. It's great fun. Our next big film, which came out literally a week ago, and I haven't seen this one, but Zenkai did. We're going to show you the trailer for the 5th of these films. This is The Forever Purge. Here we go. Allegedly the last one in a series, but they said that about the last one. Wyatt Russell kills it. Yes, he does. Wyatt Russell is awesome. Here you go. Forever Purge.
The annual purge will conclude in 3, 2, 1. thank you for your participation.
We survived.
All police and emergency services have been reinstated. All crime, including murder, is now illegal.
Come on, let's get to work.
One night only. Rest of the year is peaceful.
Help me! Help me! The purge is over, please!
No, it ain't.
This is insane. Nobody hear the sirens?
There's no crime anymore. Anything goes. You rich can't hide behind your steel walls no more. Powerless. How's that feel? It's the real purge. The forever purge!
Hurry up! They're coming! Come on! Follow me!
There's nowhere safe to go. No way to get help.
Oh my god.
We gotta find another way to get out of here.
This country's gonna collapse.
Mexico is opening its borders for the next 6 hours. Let's go.
We're in this together.
English! Speak! Does this translate?
There you go. So that is the Forever Purge. As I say, the 5th film in the series. I have seen all the other films. I've just not seen this one. Quite rightly so. Josh Lucas is one of the leading people in this film about the fact that the purge ends, yet people will basically just keep going and keep murdering. And they need to escape across the border out of America into Mexico. Is that right, Zenkai? Is that where they're trying to get? Yeah, trying to get over to Mexico. So they've said this is going to be the last in the set of these films. There has been a TV series, which I've not seen. But it hasn't stopped them saying that there might be a next set of films. So, but again, it develops more on the story because obviously with the first Purge film, it was a home invasion thing. But I feel that they fleshed the other films out more. I personally like the second film the best with Frank Grillo in. I thought the third one was okay. And the fourth one, which was actually a prequel, not so much. But I'm going to hand over to Zenkai to tell you all about this film because he saw this. Was it this weekend? Just gone? You've just seen?
I literally saw it on Monday.
Yeah.
So basically, as Magg says, basically one night turned into a whole fucking event. This film leads, like they said, about the wealthy and all that. It's a lie. They lied to you in that trailer. It's more about racism in that film.
Yeah.
Mostly because you saw most of the cast in there were Mexican. And so they're trying to heavily import into that the whole Mexican thing, racism. Yeah. And I just thought that while I was watching this film, I just thought, this could make a good comic event with Marvel. the whole Purge thing. And I was more focused on that. And plus, it's no really like to be fair, this is my first fully fledged Purge film I've seen.
Okay.
I've only seen the first one, but not really because I really watched it alongside the Nostalgia Critic review.
Oh, okay.
So that's the only history with that. So I just thought, why is this film about the wealthy, or is this about racism, or it's just like it doesn't have to determine why they're having to do this. But I'm thinking it's more about racism, the fact really.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just a decent film, really. It's just a good flick to watch. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
It's just okay. It's not really that much horror, really, in it, to be honest. It's just mostly bleh. It's that, like,
Yeah.
and you can see it coming, but like, it's all right.
It's more cheap jump scares, and
I've
heard
scares.
A lot of people described it more of a Western/action film than horror. It seems to be moving more and more away from the horror.
Yeah, there's a lot less horror in it. Well, you can see some horror in it, like those evil rabbits you saw in the trailer.
Yeah.
They were kind of creepy. But
Okay.
other than that, other than creepy costumes, that's just pretty much it. And yeah, there's less gore in it.
Okay. What would you give this film?
I had to give this film about 5.
A 5, so about average then.
About average, yeah.
Okay. I would say personally, I saw someone else said they thought the second one was a good one. I would check out the second one. I enjoyed the second one. I like the arc. It expanded more. Then I just felt that the third one was just a copy of the second one, and the fourth one tells you how it all started, but it's not that interesting. But there you go. Forever Purge gets a 5 out of 10. Hello, Joron. By the way, good to see you. Just a quick one, just to say, yes, this is not the Tuesday gaming chat show. This is our brand new once a month movie review show called Zenkai and Magg Go to the Movies, where we review all the latest films and some old films as well. So moving on, do you want to pick another film from your selection?
I am going to choose Spaceballs.
Ooh, right. Tell us about Spaceballs.
Spaceballs is basically a parody film, like a sort of parody film of Star Wars. It's how I would best describe it, but it's more of a comedic movie, and I kind of prefer it more than the original Star Wars film.
Okay, cool. We will have a look at the trailer, and then you can let us know your thoughts on this film. Here we go.
There it is, planet Druidia. And underneath the air shield, 10,000 years of fresh air. We must get through that air shield.
We will, sir. Once we kidnap the princess, we can force her father, King Roland, to give us the combination to the air shield, thereby destroying planet Druidia and saving planet Spaceball.
Everybody got that?
Spaceballs, the movie.
Princess Vespa spaceship within range, sir. Good.
What's going on? It's either the 4th of July or someone's trying to kill us.
Now we will show her who is in charge of this galaxy.
If you do not give me the combination to the air shield, Dr. Slotkin will give your daughter back her old nose.
Only one man and his trusted companion can save planet Druidia from disaster.
Okay, Eagle 5, coming in.
Lone Star.
First, they must learn the secrets of yogurt.
Yogurt? I am the keeper of a greater magic. The Force? No, the Schwartz.
Avoid capture on a distant planet.
Tell them to comb the desert, you hear me? Comb the desert! Found anything yet? We ain't found...
Battle the entire Spaceball army.
My hair! He shot my hair!
Holy!
And escape the clutches of Dark Helmet.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. Abandon ship! Proceed to escape pods! What the hell's the matter with this seatbelt? Ah! When does this happen in the movie? Give me ball!
Spaceballs, the movie.
How do I know you're not making faces at me under that thing? And may the Schwartz be with you!
There you go. That is Spaceballs. I absolutely adore that film. Tell us why you picked this, Zenkai.
The reason why I chose it is because before this I've heard snippets about this film. I never watched it until like few months ago. I watched it along with some friends in a Discord server, and I'm gonna say I laughed my ass off this film. I just practically enjoyed this film. I loved this film so much. I managed to grab a DVD of it at HMV one time. It was just so much fun. It's so funny. Even though I think some jokes might not work in this day and age, but a lot of it, if you get past some of it, is really funny.
I think was it in 80s, just to say, it was 80.
It was about mid-80s, yeah.
Yeah, mid-80s. And just to clarify for people, because some people go, "Oh, Star Wars parody." It doesn't just parody Star Wars. It does take a lot from Star Wars, but there's a lot of other sci-fi related jokes. One being, again, not spoiling too much, a great joke about Alien, which I absolutely love that. But yeah, it does take the mick, and it's a Mel Brooks film, so it is cheesy and it's funny. 1987, thank you, Logical Robot. But yeah, it's good. It's a shame they never did a sequel. Obviously, it had the much beloved John Candy in it, Bill Pullman. Obviously, Mel Brooks plays two characters. Rick Moranis, as you see, plus a load of other famous faces coming.
Plus, I remember a fact of the film that George Lucas helped invest into the film and he helped make it.
Yeah, he actually backed it. He was like, "This is cool." They managed to get away with it. They did want to do a sequel. They even make a joke in the film that they are going to do a sequel because they're basically it's a cash grab, and they're saying, "Oh, we're going to sell loads of merch with toys," and they went, "Spaceballs 2: The Search for More Money," and they were actually going to call the sequel that, but it never got off the ground, unfortunately. But there you go, Zenkai. What would you give this film, and why would you give it that score?
I'm giving this film a straight 8.5 out of 10.
Nice.
It's just good fun. It's really funny. You don't need to know much about Star Wars to understand this. If you know a Star Wars fan like Prince Hazard in here, I see you, Prince Hazard.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't need to understand Star Wars to understand this film. It's really funny. It's just a nice kick back, relax. Watch it with friends. It's a good laugh.
Awesome. So that gets a good 8.5. So if you fancy a laugh, check out Spaceballs. There you go. Our next new film, this came out on Amazon Prime. This is a film called The Tomorrow War. Let's check out the trailer, and I'll get Zenkai to chat about this because I haven't got Amazon Prime, so I didn't watch this one. But here we go.
Well, they say kids never come by unless they need something.
Dad, I need your help.
I'll get my coat.
30 years in the future, we are fighting a war. Our enemy is not human, and we are losing. We need you to fight.
I will be back. And I love you, Chickpea.
7 days from now, when you're sent into that war, you won't be fighting for your country. You'll be fighting for the world.
Is it all right? Yeah, going to war. Stop talking. Listen. Sorry, I mean, when I'm nervous, I talk. I'm like a 97 on the nervous scale.
That should be fun.
Welcome to the future. You and your unit are now in 2051.
They're everywhere.
We are food, and they are hungry. Our enemy is smarter, faster, and stronger than you can possibly imagine. Do you want to see something really dangerous?
I feel like literally that's all I've been doing since I got here, but okay.
Within the next few weeks, the human species will disappear from the face of the earth.
Nothing we do here matters. No, that's where you're wrong. I don't believe that one bit.
Together, we can stop this war from ever happening.
This
is my opportunity to give this world a second chance. Second chances are really hard to come by.
Light him up! I'm not gonna hide. I'm gonna fight.
It's not even loaded.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's not loaded. It's a pressurized cabin. Why would I load it in the cabin? The bullet goes in thing and everybody's sucked out.
There you go. The Tomorrow War. People are saying this reminds them of Starship Troopers. Chris Pratt in an action role. Sci-fi. Is it any good?
Oh, you're asking me.
Yeah.
When I saw the trailer for this, I just thought it just looks okay. It looks like another. For some reason, when I watched the trailer, it reminded me of Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It had that vibe to it, but obviously when you watch the movie, it's not. But it's still kind of the same vibes to it. But Chris Pratt, another action movie role. I like Chris Pratt. He's a good actor. J.K. Simmons is another good actor.
Yeah.
Everyone else I never heard of. They can just, but they're all decent in the film. But the story, as you know, aliens invade Earth in the future. They're asking for their grandparents to help, and yeah. But when you find out how they got to Earth, it's really interesting.
Okay.
You never expected how they got to Earth, which is pretty cool.
Is that quite a big twist in the film then?
It's quite a big twist. Yeah, everyone's talking about where they come from, and they're like, nobody knows where they come from. But once you find out how they got there, it's pretty nice to see how they got there. I say that's pretty original.
Okay. What would you give this film?
I'd give this film another 6.
6. Okay. Why only a 6?
6 because some of the story is a little bit predictable in the future, but everything else is fine.
Pretty much, you've seen it before then in other films.
Yeah, you see it pretty much in other films. The some of the twists you can kind of tell what was coming, but yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay. All right. If you want to check that out, that is The Tomorrow War with Chris Pratt. Is out on Amazon Prime streaming service. Zenkai gives it a 6 out of 10. I'm going to pick one of my films now. This is a comedy. Again, as I said earlier, based on a true story. And it is, because you do see footage at the end. This is a film called Tag, which is basically a film about people who've been playing the game Tag, You're It, all the way into their adult years. And yet one of the friends has never been tagged ever. And he's managed to get away with it all these years. Let's have a look at the trailer. And I'm going to give you my thoughts on Tag. Here we go.
Hey guys, it's Jeremy Renner. I want to introduce the trailer to a movie called Tag. I'm in the middle of playing the game right now, so... God!
Susan, you take Jerry to be your husband.
What's the difference between Episcopalian and Lutheran?
Episcopalians don't eat fish.
That's pescatarian. That's not a religion.
They're all fanatics. I don't know. You may kiss the bride.
I love you.
Please tell me what's going on here.
Our group of friends has been playing the same game of tag for 30 years.
What?
For the entire month of May, every year we play tag.
You got me.
You never know when someone's gonna pop up. Congratulations, buddy. You're in.
Doing great, Anna.
Our buddy Jerry is the best that ever played, and now he wants to retire.
Never been tagged. Just saying.
So who's it?
You can't touch this. This is the year we get Jerry. You can't touch this. Synchronize your watches.
I don't know how to do that.
I don't wear a watch.
Time is a construct.
Some couples go on cruises, some couples go camping, some couples go to strip clubs and have gangbangs. And this is just what we love. This is our gangbang.
Wow. It seems like the game has really kept you guys connected.
All right. So good to see you. Come on. It's been a while since we've done this.
This game has given us a reason to be in each other's lives.
I think your dad would have really wanted you to be. Yeah.
Get up! I'm gonna keep on trying.
Eat my
dick. Balls.
But ice cream.
What?
He knows I'm lactose intolerant. He's taunting me.
Don't you know I'm gonna make you my daddy?
There you go. So that's the film Tag, which is based on a true story. And the interesting thing is there's a load of fantastic actors and actresses in this film. It's a really good cast. But when you actually see Zenkai, go for it. Go for it. I'll take you off camera for a minute. When you see the actual footage of the people that did it, there's actually more than just 5 of them. There's actually about 20 of them that took part. And some of the stuff they did, like there's bits where they dress up as an old woman to try and fool somebody in a shopping centre. They actually did that, which I find really amusing. It's a good cast. It's funny. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. I really enjoyed it. Again, this was a film, I saw the trailer. I didn't think this was going to be much. I'm not going to lie. When I first heard about it, when I finally got round to watching it, I enjoyed it far more than I thought I would. And yeah, just some of the little things. And one of the big things, the reason this became quite a big story and got turned into a film, as you see, there was a journalist who was actually interviewing one of the guys at his job for the Wall Street Journal. And she ended up tagging along with them to see about this game that they play every year for 30 days in May. And she ended up writing the story about it. My setup is very comfortable. Thank you. It is. It's very good. So it just, yeah, it's good fun. It's great. It's a good laugh. Yeah, for a film that I think possibly passed me by, I'm really glad I saw it now. So I would give this, I would give Tag a 7 out of 10. It's definitely a good comedy you want to check out. Zenkai, have you seen this one?
I have seen this film. I've seen it about 3 times.
Oh, you enjoyed this one then?
I really enjoyed this film. It's really fun.
I love Jeremy Renner. Jeremy Renner is the guy that they never get to tag. And the way that he gets out of it and does different things is so clever. It's just like... We're not worthy.
It's almost like he plays Hawkeye in the MCU or something.
Yes, he is basically Hawkeye, yeah. But a better version of Hawkeye. So, there you go. Go and check it out, folks. If you've not seen it, came out literally a couple of years ago. Tag. Our next film we're going to talk about is out on Netflix. Came out this month. And it's not one film. It is not 2 films. It is 3 films. And they did something quite clever. They basically brought one out every Friday for 3 weeks. Now, when I mention who originally wrote these stories, the name R.L. Stine might mean something to you. If it doesn't, R.L. Stine is the guy that wrote the Goosebumps books. So he's known for writing Goosebumps. What a lot of people don't know is in the 1980s, he wrote a lot of adult horror fiction. And therefore, they have taken some of the ideas from these films and have come up with 3 Fear Street films. So we're going to play you the trailer for pretty much all 3, but this is the Fear Street trilogy. Check out this. I watched all 3 of these, and Zenkai literally watched these and finished the last one up literally just before the show started. Let's see what we thought of this. Here we go.
There was a time when things were good on Shady Side. But now, that's all gone.
Oh man, I turn the weather around with the skeleton hand, yeah.
Hello?
Still alive.
Who is this?
It's happening again.
Tonight is Sunnyvale versus Shady Side. Red versus blue. Good versus evil. Recommensicate.
Are you okay?
That was 1978. 5,937 days ago.
Shady Side, a history of horror has earned it the nickname Killer Capital USA.
What's happening to us?
These massacres happen at Shady Side over and over.
You were the only person who survived. How do we end this?
You have to go back to where it all started.
1666.
The devil has come to feast on our misdeeds.
If they want a witch.
Witches! Witches!
I will curse this town. Forever.
It's been 3 centuries. It stops here. It stops with us. Who the hell was that?
How should I know? She was hot. The bitch seemed mortal.
Amazing observation.
Your best chance is to run from this place.
It's Shady Side. We're all cursed. The devil is in me.
And it's just for fighting these things? Try not to die.
Welcome to the suck.
Come back from that mother.
There you go, folks. That is the Fear Street trilogy, which is out on Netflix now. All 3 parts are out. As I said, they brought out one. A 4th one will come due to the ending. I think they will do more. Discord. Hello, by the way. Good to see you. I think they will definitely do more of them because there was actually about 30 books that R.L. Stein, Fear Street books that he wrote. And they started in the 80s and went all the way through the 90s. Now, just to give you an idea, as you saw there, the first film is set in 94. It is very much a Scream-like film. That's the best way to describe it. People are getting murdered by a knife-wielding murderer. Towns in despair. But other things start to happen that are a bit more supernatural. That then leads into the second film where they go back and see how this started, where they thought it started in 1978, where there was a summer camp where the shopping mall is. And basically, it turns out there's numerous murderers. Again, not spoilers any here. And there was a load of people murdered at a summer camp. Very sort of Friday the 13th-esque. And then it carries on the story with the characters who then find out that actually it all did really start in 1666 with some witch trials and witch burnings. And it all ties it back up in a neat little bow to end it back in 1994. So there's mixtures of all different horror films. And I would say that a lot of those, you might say, oh, they borrowed from Scream, they borrowed from Halloween, they borrowed from this. Actually, those films probably borrowed stuff from these books in some respects and vice versa. So it's 3 films. They're all 18 rated. I'm going to hand over to Zenkai to tell me what he thought, and then I'll give my opinion on the 3 films as well. So Zenkai, what do you reckon?
Well, the whole fact that it's all just mostly 3 films is, I thought, was pretty decent, because normally with a trilogy, you normally get released them actually 2 years apart.
Yeah.
But with this, they released it 1 week after another. I thought that was pretty unique for something like this. The whole concept of multiple serial killers at the same time from different eras, I thought that was pretty fun. I thought that was a pretty fun concept. And when I watched the final one, I didn't watch any of the credits before them. When I watched the final one before I joined this chat, I literally screamed when I saw R.L. Stein credit appear. I was like, "Goosebumps! Goosebumps! What?" I was like, I screamed it so loud. I was so surprised that R.L. Stein did this.
Yeah.
I was shocked. I must have
Yeah.
known from Goosebumps. I didn't even know he did these books.
I know. This is the crazy thing. There's so many books here. I mean, he's done tons of Goosebump books, but he did tons of adult horror books as well, which obviously now...
I'm not sure if he cameoed in this film, though. Did he?
He didn't in these films, no. He did cameo in the first Goosebumps film, didn't he?
Yeah, he did cameo. Yeah.
Yeah. So, there you go. Mojo Fug Life. Loving that, Professor Stork. There you go. So what did you... Break it down. Which was your favourite one? Which was your least favourite one? What would you give him?
I'd say my favourite one would have to be the first one.
Okay.
Mostly because of its, like, how it starts. Like, you know, these films, I thought I would have to go, considering the years that appeared, I thought I had to go backwards, but I decided to go watch forwards. But I was surprised. I really liked the first one because it had good characters. It had a fun story, fun motivations, and the whole serial killer thing of how it starts. In the time area, I thought it was pretty fun. I really enjoyed it.
Okay. Now, for me, I go along with you. When the first one started, I was like, oh, this is going to be a Scream ripoff. But as it went on, and without spoiling too much, it's not just one serial killer, it's multiple serial killers. It got more interesting, and I think, for me, personally, the 1994, the first part one, was the best one for me. I did enjoy the second one, but it does rely too much on other things that we've seen that are like camp horrors, like Friday the 13th. And if anyone has ever watched American Horror Story, the last series they did, that was literally like that. So I've seen a bit too many of those, but it was still good. The third one, to me, was a bit of a tricky one because really the third one, you don't get a full movie. You kind of get half of 1666, which was okay. And then it jumps back to 1994 to finish it all off. So I felt a little bit cheated with the third one. And also, again, talking about dodgy accents in Black Widow, I thought the accents in the third one were shocking because I don't know whether they're supposed to be Irish or what. I didn't get it. I didn't get where they were supposed to be from. I did not know. But generally,
But I have to say, especially in the third one, I really liked the gore in this. The special effects in this were absolutely beautiful in this one. But especially in the third one with the priest with the eyes, I thought that was amazing. I loved that.
I think the third one was probably the most gore. I think there's one scene in the first film that's really gory. I thought it was quite light on gore, the first one, until near the end. And I'm not going to spoil it. There's one bit where it just made me went, oh my God, that's disgusting. But the third film generally is a lot more gruesome. Second film is gruesome. But again, kind of seen that sort of stuff before in that scenario in a camp and teens getting hacked to death. So there you go.
Plus you could say that the second one, like, because you know the costume for the serial killer in that one is based on Friday the 13th, Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
But I noticed that it's not just the whole concept, but is the actual first mask is actually based on that.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I thought it was a nice little Easter egg there.
Yeah, it's nice. They tie in little things and little bits there. Here we go. Ancient Shadow said, Professor, 2000 Australian film by Kevin Warren and starring Kylie Minogue. I remember the name of that. I never saw that, but I remember that Kylie Minogue was in it and Molly Ringwald. But there you go. That's something. So what would you rate? We're not going to rate these separately. What would you rate the three films as a whole out of 10, Zenkai?
I'd say for the concept, the acting, sometimes the acting's a bit off, but the story, the gore, the special effects for a horror movie made by Netflix of all people, were really hammering down the 80s stuff and LGBTQ. I thought I'd give this about an 8.
Nice, you're giving it an 8. I too would also go in with an 8. As I said, I think the third part is the weakest. But I still think it's good because you do tie up nearly all loose ends. There's nothing where you get to the end of the film and go, wait, what? It's just nicely done. And as you said, for a
felt like an MCU movie.
Yeah. And as Discord said, if they did some more of these, I think it could work quite well. They could do another trilogy with different characters and different stories. So there you go. Lulu said give it a 7 out of 10. Ancient would give it a 9 out of 10. But yeah, we Zenkai and me would give this an 8 out of 10. Definitely worth it. They're all out on Netflix now. Go watch them. Go have fun. Go get a pillow. Hide behind the sofa. It's perfect. Right, Zenkai. I'm going to let you pick another one of your films.
All right, for this next one, is actually pre-discovered recently. I really much enjoyed it of it, how it's batshit crazy. I really enjoyed this, so I am going to say Willy's Wonderland.
Oh, good. Right, do you want to tell us a little bit about what Willy's Wonderland is?
Yes, quick question, everyone in chat. Have you played Five Nights at Freddy's? If you haven't, well, you're not going to probably enjoy this film, but it's basically animatronics trying to kill a night shift guard who is portrayed by Nicolas Cage, which I thought was a very fucking awesome concept. And I thought, and when the stuff happens in the film, when he actually fights the robots, I thought it was amazing. The action in this is really good. If you really like FNAF and if you like Nicolas Cage and you want to see them two fuck about it in this movie, yeah, I think it's good to. I say yeah, give it a watch.
I'm going to play the trailer. We actually showed this trailer on our gaming talk show back in February because I think it went straight to DVD, didn't it, when it came out? And I think it actually came out around about April, May.
It came out last year.
Was it last year?
I think it came out last year, yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought it was this year, but no, it's cool. I only picked up on it, but yeah, check this out. This trailer's great. Here we go. This is Willy's Wonderland.
Welcome to Willy's Wonderland. Spend the night cleaning Willy's Wonderland, and I will pay to have your car fixed. Deal? You are officially on staff. Let's get the hell out of here. I can't stand to hear a grown man scream.
This place has a dark history. I know the bullshit story they told you. It's a lie. You're here to be a human sacrifice. Have you been listening to a word I've been saying? He's gonna die in here, but he won't listen to me.
The machines got out. Nobody is safe. Put your balls on, Evan. We're going to Willy's.
He's not trapped in here with them. They're trapped in here with him. It's your birthday, and we want you to have fun. It's your birthday, so let's party. It's birthday time.
I enjoy a man a few words.
There you go. That's Willy's Wonderland. So it actually came out February. So there you go. Lulu says, I saw boobies, I'm happy. Hello, Buster Bunny. Good to see you. I really want to see this. I think the most intriguing thing about this is, have I got this right? Nicolas Cage does not speak a single word. It's complete. He doesn't talk at all.
He does not talk at all. I love that. Well, if he doesn't say a thing, he's just a silent badass. I love that.
Oh, I really want to see this. I mean, Ancient Shadows, I want to see it. I think everyone's saying they really want to see this. Tell us why it's so good then, Zenkai. Tell us why you love this film.
the reason why it's good is because of its obviously FNAF inspired thing. Because I am a big, I like FNAF Five Nights at Freddy's, but I like this as a separate concept because obviously in Five Nights at Freddy's you don't actually do what he does in the film, which is beats up the robots. But I love it because he actually takes action. He just stands there when one of the robots goes like, "I'm gonna fuck your face" or something like that. And he just like fuck Don's like beat him up. It's like it's just like so much fun. I was smiling my way through this film. It's just fun. You gotta see this, guys.
And what would you give this?
I'm giving this a straight 8.
Oh, straight 8. Okay. Awesome. It's not a long film though, is it? It's only about what, 80, 90 minutes?
It's not long, but it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's nice, fun, short. I think I'll give it a shot.
Awesome. Oh, I will definitely check. I've been wanting to see this for months. So that's Willy's Wonderland, folks. Go check it out. You can get this on DVD or on demand. Zenkai gives that an 8 out of 10. Moving from horror to something a lot more lighter now. Something that came out literally 2 weeks ago, I think it was. Again, I saw the trailer for this and I was a bit like, I think some people are loving it. Some people are hating it. Let's see what you think. This is Space Jam: A New Legacy. Let's show you the trailer for this, and Zenkai will give you your opinion of this film. Here we go.
Welcome, King James.
I'm a cartoon? Ah! I'm shorter than Kevin Hart. No.
What's up, Doc?
Bugs, bring it here, man.
What brings you to Tonewad, Doc?
The computer dude kidnapped my son. No! What in the Matrix hell?
Hey,
What'd you do to my son?
the only way you're getting your son back is if you and I play a little basketball.
You want to play me in basketball? I need to assemble an elite team.
The dream team. I'll here. Sam, shoot the ball. Let's try that again, shall we?
We'll get your son back. I promise.
What's happening?
Up the jam.
I look expensive.
Introducing the Goon Squad.
I got it. Oh, she got me. I'm not a betting duck, but my money's on the other team.
Pump up the jam. Yo, King, you're about to lose your family.
Got the world in my hand.
Everything you love.
Well, at least we're good.
Oh, and I almost forgot. All of the tunes will be deleted, so...
Come on, guys. The Toon Squad doesn't give up.
If we're going out loony.
Pump up the jam.
You gotta win this game and get our son back.
Pump up the jam.
Let's go, Toons.
I got hops.
Eat on.
Coming off the bench, Wile E. Coyote. The machine's producing multiple Wile E. Coyotes.
Well, that happened. We need a boost. A secret weapon.
Come on, man. Granny's out here having a martini at halftime.
Haters gonna hate.
There you go. Space Jam: A New Legacy. Is it better than the first? Or is it a big letdown? Let's see what Zenkai thought of it. So tell us about the film then.
Well, to be honest, when the first one came out, I wasn't conceived, and so I have no nostalgia for this film. I have no prior history in this film. I did watch it eventually on a DVD released by my cousin, but yeah, I thought this film, as it is pretty okay. It's pretty okay.
Okay.
It's not as good as the first one, I will admit, but I think the people who watch this film are giving this film too much hate.
Mm.
If people are saying this is absolute garbage. They're saying this film is not worth your time. But I think people are just about too harsh on the film of how it turned out. Like, I thought the LeBron's acting was decent for the most, considering he's not a full actor, he's a basketball player.
Yeah.
And the animation looked pretty cool, the CG looked pretty fine. But yeah, people just like hating on this film because of those reasons are just... And plus, calling it a cash grab is weak criticism, I have to say. Calling it a cash grab is weak criticism. Because, yeah, people do this for money. Like, I don't know why y'all shocked about doing it, about this being a cash grab. It's calling this just a plain old cash grab is just weak criticism, to be honest with me.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, because if it was a cash grab, they would have done this way sooner than they have.
Yeah.
They would have literally probably whacked something out a couple of years later after the first one, and that could have been a cash grab. There you go. Here we go. Tuesday plus Busta Rhymes, Coolio, LL Cool J, Method Man, and B Real did an awesome track with Hit 'em High in the original. There you go. Getting his music knowledge in there, his tunes. So, as you said, you don't think it's better than the original, but it is good. I take it is funny, it is entertaining. What would you give this then?
I'd give this film a solid 6.5.
Okay, 6.5. And your main reasons for that are?
Decent plot, decent acting from LeBron. Great CG, a good half portion of the final film was pretty fun. And yeah, it's just weakened by everything else. Too much product placement.
Yeah. Fair enough. Can't be any worse than when Power Rangers kept dropping in Krispy Kremes, though, because that was pretty terrible product placement. But there you go. Yeah, that makes me feel good about my score after how much you just hyped it up. There you go. So there you go. Space Jam: A New Legacy out now at cinemas, 6.5 out of 10. I'm going with one of my choices of my films that I watched. This is a sequel to a horror comedy. And I really liked the first one, and I wasn't quite sure how they could do a second one. This is the film Happy Death Day to You, which came out in 2019. Let's have a look at the trailer, and I'll tell you my thoughts on why I enjoyed this sequel.
Dude, I am tripping right now. I feel like I've totally lived through this day already.
Deja vu?
Yes.
The day reset when you died, right?
Yeah.
I might be able to help with that. I died 11 times. I was stuck reliving the same day over and over again until someone wearing a baby mask murdered me on the night of my birthday. Turns out it was my roommate, Lori. I kicked her crazy ass out a window and killed her, which broke the loop. But now I'm living the better version of my life.
You okay?
No.
Okay, you're up. I folded your pants for you.
No way.
Dude, did you hit that or what?
I don't believe this. It's Monday the 18th! Again!
Go.
Stop global warming.
Go.
Today!
It's your birthday.
I thought it ended the loop, but I'm back. Oh my god. Everything's different. This time, it's coming after all of us.
If you don't reset the day and try again, they're dead for good, aren't they?
So I'm gonna have to die over and over again to save all of you.
I mean, I guess you could just reset the day yourself.
Genius idea. Okay, let's do this.
They like me, I want them to love me like they love pop.
If I don't stop the killer, more people will die. Failure's not an option.
Focus, man. My money on my mind. Got a meal out the deal, and I'm still in the grind. Now, show says
I'm literally dying to figure this out.
a girl from Wooded, they buy, and they ready to go.
Okay, you're up.
I'm so done.
My flow, my show brought me to
I am on borrowed time here.
brought me all my fancy things.
What the
My crib, my car, my clothes, my
All right, let's see what you got. We're in crisis mode, Tree. Who's gonna pledge Kappa now that we have a death curse?
There you go. That is Happy Death Day to You, the sequel to Happy Death Day, which is basically a Groundhog Day film. You get an insight into it there. Yes, spoilers if you've not seen the first one, but it didn't spoil who the killers were. Well, kind of who the killers were. It kind of told you most of it, but there you go. So this one is a little bit different because the first film, it just keeps happening to her over and over again. She keeps dying. She has to figure out who the murderers are and why it's happening to her. And I love the first film. It's a great idea. They take Groundhog Day, they mix a comedy with a horror, and it works. This one is different because it starts differently. It starts to happen to one of the other characters. And they do pretty much bring in all the characters from the first film, which is great. But then she gets pulled back in. So again, she's in this loop. However, the scenario she's in, her life is actually far better than it was before. And she has the tough decision of, well, I could actually stay here and live the better life, or I can protect my friends. And it actually introduces all the friends. So I actually, it's very clever. It does answer a lot of questions that the first film didn't answer, because there's bits of like, well, why did those loops happen? You never find out. You do in this film. You find out why the whole thing has happened. So generally, it's a good film. I just felt that when they reveal who the killers are in this one and the motives for it, it was a little bit like, oh my God, that's weak. Because it's not the same people. I can tell you that now. And annoyingly, there's an end title sequence credit, which makes it look like they might do a third film, which I don't think they should do, because I think this has already run its course. Zenkai, have you seen these films?
I have seen these films, but honestly, from the director, I kind of prefer his latest movie, Freaky.
Oh, I've not seen that.
Yeah, it's a little bit better than these films, but I do like the first one better than the second one. Because second one, I cannot remember anything about that film, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, the second one is more forgettable. I remember the first one, Crystal, but the second one is just a little bit ish.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. I personally, I enjoyed this, not as much as the first one, but I'm just glad it did answer some questions. And even though it does tread some same ground, they do things that are very different. But I would give this a 7 out of 10. Happy Death Day to you. There you go. Hello, Panda. How you doing? Berrams, hello. Great to see you. Great to see everyone. Thank you for joining us. Our last of our new films that we're going to talk about is a M. Night Shyamalan film. Now, M. Night Shyamalan, everyone, remember him? He did some amazing films like Unbreakable and The Sixth Sense. And then they started to not do so well, like The Village, and then some other ones, and then some other ones that people forgot. And then basically his career was on his arse, especially when he did The Last Airbender.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. However, going back a couple of years ago, he did a film called Split, which was excellent. Which,
I like that film.
I love it. Now, I've not seen the third one, which was Glass, which was in part of the Unbreakable trilogy. I've not seen that yet. But he's come back into favour. And this is his next big film. The question is it going to be sending him back up this way, or is it going to send him back down? I didn't see this. Zenkai did. We are going to play the trailer for his new film, Old. Let's have a look at that, and we'll have a discussion after. Here we go.
No kids allowed on the beach? What?
It's not true!
Oh, no! Oh, no!
We never leave each other. Nothing separates us.
Are we there yet? You said 5 minutes. Technically, it's been more than 5 minutes.
Let's just all start slowing down. Wow, You believe I found this online?
I guess it's not that secret a beach.
Whoa! Who would leave this? From the hotel! They're so rusted!
What's happening?
Found stuff from the hotel in the sand.
What happened to her, Mom?
I don't know.
What happened to her?
Body has decomposed.
How quickly can that happen?
7 years.
But she just died.
Wait, where are the kids?
Trent!
Kara!
Come here!
Hey, have you seen my children?
Mom? I'm right here.
Dad, why are you looking at me like that? What's happening to us?
My daughter just turned 6 2 weeks ago.
Mom?
Whatever's happening to us is happening very fast.
You have wrinkles. There's something wrong with this beach.
What's happening?
Mom! 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 I'm scared! We have to get off this beach.
People are blacking out going this way. If she makes it to the ledge, she might have a chance. Why is she stopping? Why is she stopping? Kara, wake up! Wake up! They have to know what this place does. I don't know! You're lying! Look!
What is that?
A message.
We never leave each other. Nothing separates us.
We're connected to something bigger.
Oh no. We're here for a reason.
There you go, folks. So that is Old. Tell us about this film, Zenkai.
Well, from the infamous director of Milan, we have basically a hotel set on a remote island, and they invite the hotel manager invites these couple of these hotel guests to a private beach, to which beach you saw in the trailer, and basically they go old. Until nothing, and they keep going old until they,
die. Right, okay.
Of old age. Yep. But but the plot twist, I need to discuss this with a spoiler warning, but I'm not going to do that now. But obviously, if you want to watch it yourself, it's a decent plot twist.
Okay, so he's done it again, because he was known for back in the day doing really good plot twists. So he's excelled himself again, has he?
I mean, to be fair, the plot twist was kind of predictable, but
okay.
But the reasoning for the plot twist is decent.
Okay. So how would you rate this with his other films? Would you put this up there with like Unbreakable and Split, or would you put it lower down with something like
the film I have seen of Milan is of Split and Glass.
Okay.
I've seen a bit of Unbreakable, but those are the only films I've seen. So, based purely on them, I'd say it's not his best.
Okay.
Split, in my personal opinion, is his best work he's ever done. Okay. James McAvoy ruled that film.
Oh, he did.
And with this film, considering there's lesser known actors besides Milan, it's just not much star power. The acting is decent. The accents are weird.
Okay.
For some of the families, like the father guy at the beginning of the trailer of how he speaks compared to his wife and kids.
Okay.
It's just weird.
So
I'd have to give this film about a 5.5.
Oh, okay. So only sort of very average then.
It's about average, yeah.
Would you say a lot of what I have seen from reviews, a lot of criticism is that it is far too long? Would you agree with that?
And the far too long? And the trailer's coming out. The film length is about underneath 2 hours, but not like about between 130 minutes.
Okay.
And it's not long. It's just with some of these things of trying to get out the island, it takes them like ages to figure out. So there's technically they're wasting time, even though they have a short time on the island.
Right.
So I feel like they're doing stupid moves on the island. I feel like they weren't thinking enough on the island. So yeah, it's just not good. It's just not good how they did this, how the people in that situation handled it. It was very poorly handled.
Okay. All right. Well, M. Night Shyamalan, as we're going to call him now, his new film, Old, gets a 5.5 out of Zenkai. Not his best work, but certainly not his worst work. That is all of our new films. We've got 2 more old films to talk about. But I'll do a recap of the new films. We did Fast and Furious 9. We gave it a 7 out of 10. Black Widow got a 6 and a 6.5. The Forever Purge got a 5. Tomorrow's War got a 6. Fear Streets 1994, 1972, and 1966 got a collective 8. Space Jam: A New Legacy got a 6.5, and Old gets a very old 5.5. So on to your last choice of film, which is probably not going to be a surprise to anybody. But what is it, Zenkai?
Well, if you look around my room, there's not much guesses. I don't think I've given it away, especially in my name. I wonder what I'm into. Couldn't be Deadpool or anything.
Could it be? Let's have a look. Let's see what the trailer is, folks. Let's see what this film is. What has Zenkai been watching?
I love you, Wade Wilson. We can fight this.
You're right. The cancer's only my liver, lungs, prostate, and brain. All things I can live without.
What if I told you we can make you better? You're a fighter. We can give you abilities most men only dream of. Make you a superhero.
You just promise you'll do right by me, so I can do right by someone else. And please don't make the super suit green or animated.
One thing that never survives this place is a sense of humor.
We'll see about that, Posh Spice. Oh, come on. You gonna leave me all alone here with less angry Rosie O'Donnell?
Hey, yeah, I wanna shoot, baby.
Packed in your stack, especially in the back, brother. Wanna think your mother for a butt like that. You're a shotgun bang. What's up with that thing? I wanna know, how does it hang? Like Prince said, you're a happy mother.
Wait! You may be wondering why the red suit. Well, that's so bad guys can't see me bleed. This guy's got the right idea. He wore the brown pants. Hear the music.
X gon' give it to you. Wait for you to get it. What the? X gon' deliver to you. Red with the enemy. No matter how many cats I break red when I break these enemy.
Reeks like old lady pants in here.
Why such a douche this morning?
Oh, God, you are hard to look at. You look like the topographical map of Utah.
Exactly.
Down, like a freeze. Won't be the one ending up on the beat. The only thing you can't do came out to play. Stay out.
Oh, I am very turned on right now.
He's gonna give it to you. He gonna give it to you.
You are haunting. You look like an avocado had sex with an older avocado.
Thank you. Greetings, Munchkins. Did you like that dose of green band goodness? Hankering for a little more action? Some big boy curse words, maybe? Check out DeadpoolWebsite.com for my red band trailer. Make sure to ask your mommy and tell her to call me. She's got the number.
There you go. That is Deadpool from 2016. Oh my God. what a great film to pick. Tell us why you love this so much.
And the reason why I love Deadpool, not only the film, the comics, the games, is because I have to go back in time, back to 2013. I was watching PewDiePie before I was still a Power Rangers nerd. I watched him play Deadpool. I loved the game. I bought the game for myself. I played it, enjoyed it. So when I heard that the film was getting released, as you can tell, I shit myself. I caught up with the comics, and when the film came out, I was in awe. I loved this film because of my love for Deadpool. It's a shame that his portrayal in X-Men Origins Wolverine was shit, but considering because now this film is made, we're getting a lot more R-rated superhero films now, like Joker, The Boys,
Logan.
Logan, which were all pretty good films. And I'm glad that this film came out because honestly, if this film didn't come out, I wouldn't have my passion of Deadpool, as you can clearly see. Yeah, in my room, tons of Deadpool merch. So I'm a bit of a memorabilia nerd.
So I bet you're excited.
It came to a point where I could quote the movie.
Oh, that's. See, I think I've only watched this 3 times. I say only watched 3 times. It's rare that I watch a film that many times, but that's a good amount of times for me. And I would quite happily watch this again and again. I've only watched the second one once. I didn't like the second one as much, but I will probably watch that one again. But I am looking forward to this third one that's been said that's happening.
Yep.
So, I mean, how did you feel about the second one compared to the third one?
The second one I thought was pretty good. I'm just a bit ashamed that it didn't have a central villain in it, but I still liked it. But Once Upon a Deadpool is, I don't like talking about that. It's just a PG-rated version of the second movie. It's a shame, but at least they did it for a good cause of charity.
Yeah. You can't call that a cash grab. If they'd done it and the money wasn't going to charity, it would be a cash grab, but technically it's not. But there you go. Someone get Zenkai to meet Ryan Reynolds for his birthday. We could sort.
You might have to wait another year for that. It's literally just been like it's been like 11 days ago.
Do you think we could get Ryan Reynolds on this show? That would be amazing.
If you could do that. Ryan Reynolds on this show, I will personally suck your dick.
What, mine or Ryan Reynolds?
Yes.
Oh, both. Right, okay. So next month I'm looking for a new co-host for the show. Oh, dear. Oh, brilliant. So, Logic was like, wait, what? It's like people What? Everyone's just like, what? I love how Magg was thinking about it. I was like, oh, well, you know. No, oh, God almighty. Oh. Oh, this is great. Oh, dear. So I suppose...
You can see how much I am passionate for Deadpool.
Oh my God! Here we go. Something a bit more serious. Did you know that today was exactly 7 years since the test footage of the original Deadpool was leaked? What timing?
Timing.
Oh God! It could be the human centipede of cocksucking. It'd probably have a bigger budget. Oh my God, I've never had someone say that to me. And relax. Right, okay. So, after that bombshell, what would you give the film? What score would you give Deadpool?
I would give this film a solid 10 out of 10.
A 10 out of 10.
I think I broke Magg's, guys. I think I broke him.
I can't do the rest of the fucking show now. You just ruined me. I'm gonna try and
if this wasn't interesting before, now it is.
Oh my god, the back of my head is hurting. I'm laughing so much. I think I'm having a brain hemorrhage. I'm going to...
This wasn't rehearsed or anything.
Fuck.
I think the range just went up.
X gonna give it to you. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm fucking crying here. So,
I'm just laughing at your reaction. You're so pink.
Oh god.
Tune in next month.
Tune in next month to see if I've lapsed into a coma. Okay. I know I can't say that. Deadpool gets a 10 out of 10, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on. My last film. Oh, shit. My last film. I nearly pulled my headphones out then. Damn. Oh, my brain. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, I hope somebody clipped that. Please say you clipped all that. Oh, my God. Oh, okay. Thank you, Barhams. Thank you. Thank you. Please do share it. Add it to our Discord as well, man. Drop it in the I don't know, the fucking links bit, whatever we call it, the media links. Put it in our Discord, man. Please. Appreciate that. Right, last film. Seriously. My last choice. A film from, again, a couple of years ago. Something a bit more serious. Again, wasn't quite sure what to expect with this. And breathe. This is a film about some bank robbers set in the future, I believe, in 2045. Obviously, surprise, surprise, the bank heist goes a bit wrong. But the two brothers end up going to what is called a hotel, which basically fixes up criminals. And other criminals are in that hotel. And all different things that happen and people that turn up at the hotel. This is the rather intriguing Hotel Artemis. Check this out.
The most violent riot in California history.
No largest civil unrest.
3 minutes. Open the door now! Oh, that's real nice. You don't want it? No, I really do.
Hit the ground now!
I need to make a call.
Hello. How can I help? Easy, fellas. Everybody's gonna get fixed up. Now verify your memberships, and we're off to the races.
The Artemis is a secret hospital for criminals.
I thought you were done with all this.
I got out, but you know how it goes.
You're never out. Not up here.
I thought this place was a myth.
We've been here for 22 years. This hospital was built on two things: trust and rules.
You see that badge? That means I'm a healthcare professional.
You're an arms dealer, right?
Don't push my buttons. Don't you do that.
I'm a professional, but this woman, she's the business. If you knew what she could do to you with just that cup of coffee.
You're lucky this place has rules.
The Artemis isn't safe for us. Because it is. It's a portable vault.
Worth about 18 million.
Wolf King's probably going to want those back.
Okay, this is a real problem. It's here.
Open the gate.
That's against the rules.
Rules? Without the rule breakers, honey, where would you be?
You got like a plan. You're my brother. I love you.
3D printing complete.
I got the next best thing. I gotta go.
I guess my ballroom days are over, baby.
Showtime.
There's a war zone up here.
Am I gonna make it out of here?
We can do it together.
This is what I do.
Visiting hours are never.
Busy night at the Artemis. You know, you might want to buy some scented candles or something, because it smells like somebody died in here.
They did.
Okay, so this came out in 2018. People kind of originally said, oh, it's like a John Wick film because it's a hotel for criminals, just like John Wick. Yeah, it's kind of like that, but it's not. It's a lot more than that. It's got a great cast, as you see. Jodie Foster, Sterling, Jeff Goldblum, Charlie Day, who plays a sleazy arms dealer, and without spoiling anything, frankly, gets what's coming to him. And Zachary Quinto makes it, and the great, and I have to say, because he is getting better in every film I see him, the great Dave Bautista. In this, he's not even playing it for laughs, but the way he delivers the lines, it's just great. Because he's like the sort of guy that's like, oh, God, I hate my job. But he's like, well, if you see this badge, it means I'm doing this. I'm not the janitor. I'm fixing this. I'm thinking. And it's just what he mutters to himself. It's just great. And obviously, as you can see, everything goes to shit. I got the date wrong. It's set in 2027. Did it say? Not 2045. But there's riots on and everything. They've got to get out of the hotel. Very well acted. It is not a straight up action film. I'm going to say that. It is a little bit more of a thriller. But there is plenty of action in it. Superb cast. Very well acted. Could probably tell it was done on a little bit of a budget, but it's very good what they do with it. And I just generally, I absolutely adored this film. Zenkai, have you seen this? Oh, shit, our stream's gone off. F's in chat. Hang on. This did this to me. We'll come back on. Don't worry. We'll hold this off. This happened to me yesterday. Something to do with the software. Hang on. We'll be back. We're back. There you go. This happened yesterday. Don't worry. The stream didn't crash. It's StreamYard. There's something going on with StreamYard. So this did it yesterday on the show. So don't worry. As soon as I saw it, I was like, right. So we Zenkai, what did you think of this film?
I haven't actually heard of this one before.
Oh, okay.
But it looks interesting. I might see this actually.
Yeah, it is definitely worth it watching it. I don't like the fact that was too much of a comparison to John Wick because it's not that type of film. I get the idea. It's almost like if someone did a film about the hotel, the Continental, you could say it's like that, but that's only very loosely. I loved every minute of this. I'm guessing some people have seen this as well in the chat. Let us know what you thought of this. But I gave this a solid 8 out of 10 as well. Definitely check it out. That is Hotel Artemis. So just to cover some of the films that we talked about, Zenkai had talked about Die Villa, which is also in English translate as The Wave. You gave that a 9 out of 10. You gave Deadpool a 10 out of 10. Spaceballs an 8.5. And Willy's Wonderland an 8 out of 10. I gave Overlord an 8. Tag 7. Happy Death Day to You a 7. And Hotel Artemis an 8. That is our collection of films this month, ladies and gentlemen. We want to know your feedback. This was a bit of an experiment. This is the first time we've ever done this show. Hello, Joker Girl, by the way. Hello, I saw you popped up. Let us know what you think. We would love to do this on a monthly basis. Zenkai would be my co-host as long as he's happy to do it after the shot thing that he wants to suck my cock. But we may even incorporate guests. I don't know how we would do that. Me and Zenkai will have a chat whether we want to bring guests into it or whether it's just us discussing this. Let us know what you think of the format. Do you like the fact that we talk about the new films, not just at the cinema, but on streaming, and also talk about films that we've watched and why we think you should watch them? Let us know. Drop us a line, drop us whispers, drop us lines in our Discords. And if you're not already doing so, give this man a follow on his channel. Go to Zenkai, give him a follow. Can I get a shout out for Zenkai in the chat, please, mods? Because he's put a lot of time and effort for doing this, and he's literally seen every film, whereas I've only seen half the films. So he definitely deserves this. That's not worked. Why has it not worked? Damn it, Berrams, you tried to do it, and for some reason it didn't work. Screw it, I'm going to... Junes has done it. No, that's the Discord one. Should I unfollow so I can follow him again? No, don't do that. Just continue to follow him. There you go. There it works. It works. It happened eventually. There you go. So yeah, give this man a follow because he's put a lot of time and effort into helping with this show. But yeah, we want to know. We want to know your thoughts and opinions. Drop us a line either in the Discord or message Zenkai and me. But thank you so much for everyone joining in. Thank you, Discord, for the bits. Thank you to Dragons Bad for the follow. Shield Maiden for the follow. Little Panda for the sub. Thank you, everyone else. Yeah, mods can only shout out. That's my weird planning. But yeah, Zenkai, anything else you want to say about the show or what we want to do with the show or suggestions?
The offer still stands, Maggs. The offer still stands.
Oh fuck, don't start me off again. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to say goodnight. On that bombshell, dun, dun, dun. Tune in for next month where we will do another Zenkai and Magg. Go to the movies. Take care. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.